Diagonal as you can get. Yeah, she's going to be killing herself.
Hi. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Howard. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah. So Alan, just this is on.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We welcome all of you to this Shabbat Mincha service, the Bar Mitzvah of Ryan Matthew, also called Ramon. And I want to introduce myself. I'm Gail Pomerantz. I'm one of the rabbis at Temple Beth Shalom, Cantor Lisa Siegel, Rabbi Robert Davis, Rabbi Ethan Baer, and we're all so happy to celebrate this day with you. I'm going to invite you to just take a moment to check your phones to make sure that they are on silent so that we can create a sacred atmosphere in our sanctuary here this afternoon. I want to invite you to wholeheartedly participate in this service. Please sing, please pray, please witness this wonderful event. And it's our custom for our bar mitzvah to lead us in prayer. And so as we ascend the bima, I'm going to invite the laughing, very happy Ramon to come up to the pulpit. We're going to turn to page 220 for the Ashrei.
We chant the Ashrei responsively. Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha, Od Yalelu Hasela.
Ashrei ha'am shekach lo,
Ashrei ha'am she'Adonai Elohav. Tehillah leDavid, Aramimcha Elohai HaMelech, Ve'varcha Shimcha le'olam va'ed. B'chol yom avarchecha, ve'ala Shimcha le'olam va'ed. Gadol Adonai umlal meod, beligdioto in cheker, dor ledor yishabach ma'asecha, u'gurotecha yagidu. Hadar kevod hodecha, v'divrei nifotecha asicha, v'zuz morotecha yomeru, u'gdilotcha ad sapena, zecher av tivcha yabiu, v'tziktetcha yanenu, in verachum Adonai. Erech apayim migdal chased, tov Adonai lakol, berachamav v'kol ma'asav, yaduch Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasidecha yevarchucha, kevod malchutach yomeru, ugvurotecha yedaberu, hodia livnei ha'adam gvurotav, v'chod hadar malchuto. Malchutcha malchut kol amim, u'memshaltecha b'chodor v'ador.
Somech Adonai lechol
hanoflim, v'zokef lechol hakfifim. Eine kol lecha yeshaberu, ve'ata noten lahem et ochlam beito.
Poteach et yadecha, u'masbia
Lechol
lechol
charatzon, tzadik b'chol derchav, v'chasid b'chol ma'asav.
Harov
Adonai lechol kor'av, lechol
asher yigrahu be'emet.
Retzon yerav yaseh, ve'et shavatam yishma ve'yoshihem.
Shomer Adonai et kol ohavav, ve'et kol harshayim yashmid.
Tehillah Adonai daber pi, vivarech kol basar sem kodsho le'olam va'ed.
Va'anachnu nevarech ya, me'ata v'yad olam, hallelujah.
Please turn to page 224 for the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad yivrach ritei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'gala, uv'izman kahariv, v'yemeru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'alam ul'olmei almaya, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekurshah, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma, v'yemeru.
Amen. Ramon, this is the moment when you will receive the talit from your parents' loving hands, and it's quite beautiful, but the real significance of the talit, you know, is the four corners, which have the tzitzit. And these tzitzit are supposed to remind you of your obligation to live like a mensch, to follow the rules, to be a good person. And I know you get that. In the short time we spent together, even when you talked about your sports heroes, each one of them was a hero to you because of the way they did good in the world. So I hope that you follow in their footsteps and in your parents' footsteps, and you continue to do mitzvot and do good in the world. This is also a symbol of love from your parents' hands onto your shoulders. So I hope whenever you wear it, you feel their love, and you also feel embraced by God. And so I call up your parents to present you with this talit. And now you'll say the blessing before putting on the talit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehatitef b'tzitzit.
Amen. And now you'll put it around his shoulders, and then you can all hug and kiss. And thank God for enabling you to reach this special day with the words of Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen. Together. Amen.
So here we are, third time's a charm. I'm extremely excited to be here with all of you. Thanks so much for making Ryan's bar mitzvah your Saturday night plans. I'm sure none of you had anywhere else you'd rather be tonight. Deborah, thanks for doing everything. For me, the kids, and of course, this bar mitzvah. It may have seemed like it was more automatic this time around, given your experience and the amazing team you've assembled, but it takes a whole lot of organization and time, and you excel at it, while you also chair various parent organizations, sit on boards, and act as booster mom for every sports team that the kids play on. We're also blessed to have you as our big boss. And a big thank you to all members of the Temple Beth Sholom clergy. You've all been so warm and inviting over the years and made us all feel very welcomed into the Miami Beach Jewish community. And more than anything, we're all so comfortable every time we walk into this building, and that to me is the most important thing about this place, having the sense of belonging. So it's been very challenging for me to fully comprehend that it's Ryan's turn. We were ready for Samson's, we were experienced for Rachel's, but for Ryan, it's been difficult to register that our third kid, our baby, is up here on the bima as of our mitzvah. He's ready, no doubt, but it hasn't been easy to grasp that all three of our kids are bnei mitzvah, with the maturity and responsibilities of having reached this important age in Judaism. Like the last two times, I want to thank all those who have traveled to be here from New York, Toronto, Calgary, Colorado Springs, Pennsylvania, and of course, Montreal. These celebrations are always super special for Deborah, me, and the kids, as they give us the rare opportunities to connect family and longtime friends with our Miami friends, who in so many ways have become our extended family and are always so inclusive when it matters. It's really great to see everyone that means so much to us here in one place helping us celebrate Ryan. So this past August was 10 years since we moved. Last month, Deborah and I celebrated our 18th anniversary, and we realized that we've now spent more of our married years here than in Montreal. I bring this up in terms of perspective for Ryan, who was only 2 years old when we moved. And as much as he has fewer Montreal memories than the rest of us, he feels as deeply connected to our family there, the city, the country house, and sadly these days, the Habs. But Ryan is all Miami. We surf, we bike, we paddleboard, we boat, we've been going lobstering, and most recently spearfishing too. And we love it. And when I say we, what I really mean is me and Ryan. That's how it's been since we've been here. Deborah would frequently say, Neil, can you take Ryan on Saturday? I have something with Samson and Rachel. So he's been my partner on many, many two-man adventures. In the last 10 years, we've accumulated an amazing collection of two-man selfies from all our activities. And Ryan loves to help me out when I'm doing chores around the house. It usually goes like this. Dad, can I help you? Sure, you can help me get the tools and pass them to me. What are we doing? Well, I have to climb that ladder and cut that tall branch with the hacksaw. Dad, can I climb the ladder and use the saw? No, Ryan, you're only 8. Dad, can I try? Sure, Ryan, you can try. And then within minutes, Deb's yelling at both of us. Ryan's super into sports too. Loves his football and lacrosse at school and being part of those teams at Ransom. Loves roller hockey and basketball at camp and playing Nerf guns around the pool with his friends. He's got great energy and is always fun to be around. As the third kid, he has this incredible maturity about him, having learned most things from watching and experiencing his siblings do stuff before him. He's always had a sense that he could do things that most kids his age couldn't do yet. Sometimes that was the best thing, but overall, sometimes that wasn't the best thing, but overall it's worked out very well for him. And Ryan has this amazing sense of self-confidence. He, more than the rest of us, is very comfortable with everyone. He's great hanging out with his peers or spending time with younger kids, but he's also very comfortable with older kids or other parents or any adult or grandparents. He can strike a conversation with anyone of any age, anywhere, at any time, and be comfortable. And his close relationship with my grandfather is something that has meant so much to me. Ryan loves his Zeta so much, and they've always had an incredibly special bond. Sadly, at 97, he couldn't make the trip, but I'm sure he's watching on live stream. I know you wanted him to be here more than anything, and I'm so sorry we couldn't make it happen. But knowing how much you wanted him here speaks volumes about who you are and what matters to you, and I couldn't be prouder as your dad. Whew. Got that through. When we spent time at Disney with the first 2 kids before Ryan, we would look at the parents that used to tie their kids to a leash with a bit of bewilderment and confusion. Who would put a leash on a kid? And then Ryan came along, who was confident, adventurous, and would just wander around and explore and feel like any adult around him was there to take care of him. We then understood why those parents used leashes. And altogether, we've never used one, and we managed not to lose Ryan too many times. On those occasions when we lost him, we were flustered and stressed when reunited with him, but he was always super calm and casual, like, oh, hey, where you been? Check this out. Never concerned that he was lost. Ryan, keeping confident, keeping adventurous, and keeping the uplifting person that you are, a source of positive energy to all those you spend time with. I love you for being so unique, so special, and so fun. I love you for always wanting to hang out with me, which makes me feel great. I love you for always having my back when I don't remember the names of the other parents. I love you for being so interested in and sharing my passion for great restaurants and high-end foods. And oddly, I love your interest in mixing cocktails, high-end tequilas, and pouring the perfect beer. Happy birthday, mazel tov on your bar mitzvah, and I pray that you continue to grow into the amazing human being that you are, considerate, appreciative, and kind. Love you.
Printed it in a very big font. So I don't have to wear my glasses. Ryan, let me start also by thanking everyone for being here. It means so much to us that you're all here. We feel lucky to call you our family and our friends. To the college football fans in the room, specifically who are here tonight. When I booked Ryan's bar mitzvah date 3 years ago, I can assure you that I did not anticipate it falling on the Miami FSU game date. I can also assure you that if I had known, it wouldn't have made a difference. This is Canadian Thanksgiving weekend, and with Monday being a national holiday there, this is the weekend that we chose. However, being Canadian and living here now for 10 years, I have come to understand that college football occupies a role at the center of life for some people. And while I may never understand how people place so much value on a college sport for a school that they did not attend, I can certainly appreciate the fandom. So an extra special thank you to all of those of you in the room who are missing the game and the LSU-Florida game. And I think it's 7-0 FSU after the first quarter. Thank you also to all our clergy, Rabbi Pomerantz, Rabbi Bear, Rabbi Davis Cantor-Siegel. We are so thrilled that we made the Beth Sholom choice all those years ago. Thank you for being part of our journey. Is Leora here? Leora. I have no more children for you to teach trope to, but I hope our relationship doesn't end here. Thank you for everything. Thank you also to all the aunts and uncles and cousins and teachers and second moms and dads who are in this room. Whether Ryan has played Xbox at your house all weekend, or you've thrown a football with him at the park, or you've driven him to school or home from lacrosse, or you've played ogre with him, or you've introduced him to his first root beer float, you are all special to us and to Ryan. I know that people say things like this all the time, but I still can't believe that I am standing here at my youngest son's bar mitzvah. Maybe there's some significance to the fact that it coincides with our 10-year anniversary of moving here. But to think of you as that little peanut in Lehrman's nursery class when we first moved here, and to look at you now, I guess it just still surprises me. Then again, there are so many things that surprise me about you. I never really had a child like you. Samson and Rachel pretty much stayed by our side. They didn't really stray. They didn't take weird, unnecessary risks when they were little. They didn't slide down banisters and get knocked out. And they didn't casually jump into pools to see if they could swim. I think it became clear how independent you were early on, when in the middle of the night, at 11 months old, I opened my eyes in bed and I found myself staring right into your eyes. You were standing right next to my bed, not crying, not in pain. You just climbed out of your crib because you could. I took you back to your room and I put you in your crib, and then I stood at the door and looked through the crack to see how this ninja boy had originally escaped. I watched you hoist yourself up with both arms so the crib bar was at your waist, swing a leg over to face the other way, swing the other leg over, and hop down. No big deal. Did I mention he wasn't yet one? Thus began the long and winding road of keeping an eye on Ryan. Sometimes things slipped by, like the infamous night when you were 5 years old, and we were out with Montreal family and friends here, having beers, burgers, watching the Habs game, and the next thing I know, one of the kids came over to say words that I never thought could be strung together. Ryan is stuck in a claw machine. What we quickly assessed, and to this day will be imprinted in my brain forever, was that you had climbed through the bottom door of the claw machine where the prizes come out. You slithered up to where the prizes were, and you popped up among the stuffed animals and began to distribute them through that same entrance. The problem was that you had trouble getting out. The rest of the story is a blur to me, but I feel like we had some sort of professional help to help us with your rescue. Or there was the time you jumped off the top of Samson's bunk bed and we took a little trip to the ER because you almost broke your foot, only to tell that professional, when he asked you what you learned from this, that next time you will use a pillow for your landing. Or the time you broke a chandelier by playing football in Grandma's house, or the time you went flying down a grass hill on a bike in Toronto at full speed and couldn't stop. Luckily, you escaped that one with no broken parts. Or the time you got a plastic toy stuck on your finger when you tried it on your finger, even though it wasn't a toy that you should put on your finger, and it got stuck, because of course it got stuck. And we had to get a professional to cut it off your finger after it turned blue. Come to think of it, my contact list of professionals has really grown over the last 13 years. Or all the times you believed you could fly, that was fun for us. Daddy and I had to get used to this new way of parenting. It has led us to embrace the differences between you, Sam, and Rachel, and to love you all even more. Like your siblings, you're pretty much always up for anything. You love to try new things, especially if those things have anything to do with Daddy, American Ninja Warrior, football, lacrosse, cooking, biking, roller coasters, fishing, or water sports. You have a slightly concerning interest in bartending. However, you are the only 13-year-old I know who can make a perfect old-fashioned. You're genuinely interested in learning more about everything, and I think that's what makes you so much fun to teach. I remember when you interviewed at Ransom and you were asked what job you wanted to have in the future. You told me that you said, at 10 years old, if your career didn't work out in the NHL or the NFL, you wanted to work somewhere in the culinary arts. Truth be told, your cooking skills are improving. You've come a long way since you microwaved a granola bar in its foil wrapper and almost burned the house down. As the third kid in the Bienstock fam, you seem to really embody that role. We all know that birth order has been a hot topic in pop psychology for a long time. They say that simply by virtue of being a first child, those kids will naturally be a sort of experiment for the new parents, a mixture of instinct and trial and error. This may cause the parents to become very attentive, careful, and good with rules. Then they say if the couple decides to have a second child, they might raise their second-born with less of an iron fist. They might also be less attentive to the second-born since there's another child competing for attention. Then they say that youngest children tend to be the most free-spirited due to their parents' easy attitude towards parenting the third time around. Babies of the family are known to clown around more than their siblings, and they can be charming in order to get what they want. Stereotypically, the baby of the family tends to be fun-loving, uncomplicated, outgoing, confident, and very good at getting others to do things for them. I have my own fantastic yet unproven theory. We were tired. You were born 10 days after Samson turned 4. Rachel was 2.5. We were tired for many years. I'm pretty sure we're still tired. We already had a couple of kids, so we didn't get freaked out about things. Maybe you got less discipline and less guidance, but I think you're turning out more than okay. I think any theory about family dynamics is far more complex than whether someone was born first or last. And the youngest child syndrome may be a myth, but the bonus is this. You, as the youngest, have parents who are more experienced, siblings who keep you company, and a home already stocked with everything you could possibly want. Right, Og? You bring fun to our family dynamic. We'd be super bored without you. You're funny, and you see the good in things. People like to be around you, kids and adults alike. You remember everyone's name, and you know interesting details about people that only kids who take the time to get to know someone would remember. We're proud of your kind spirit and attitude and everything you do. We can't wait to see what's in store for you, NFL, bartending, or whatever else you may choose that hopefully doesn't involve me contacting one of those professionals on my list. We love you so much, and you truly make us smile every day. We're so proud of who you are, Rai, and who you will continue to become. Mazel tov, and I love you.
Way to go. Where's my...
Hi everyone, Shabbat Shalom. I'm Ryan's sister, and first of all, I would like to say thank you for everyone for coming to celebrate Ryan on this special occasion in his life. It's taken me quite some time to realize this, and I'm still not all the way there, but your capability of radiating your inner kindness with confidence is nothing like anyone I've seen before. At camp this past summer, my friend Miles came up to me one day and was like, Rachel, I was watching the Meme Village NBA day this morning, and your brother's team was down by 1 with just a minute left in the game. And he continued to tell me how a boy, Henry, who is 3 years younger than Ryan, got fouled and was shooting 2 foul shots. Ryan, being as competitive as he is, obviously wanted the kid to make the shots, but the boy missed both. And Miles told me that you went up to the kid and gave him a high five and a pat on the back. Despite the fact that your team lost the game, you showed your inner kindness that I usually refuse to admit is existent. A small action like this says a lot to your character. Your bar mitzvah is a milestone in your life, and I'm sorry if I make this about me here, but it's also a huge milestone in mine. Last week, when you turned 13, it made me think about how you're not the little one anymore. Mom and Dad don't have 2 teenagers and a little one. They have 3 teenagers, which is so hard for me to process, and I almost refuse to accept it. Then I thought about how next year Samson's going to college. Another thing I'm refusing to accept. But I'll be driving you to school every day, and it's so weird to think that you're not going to be in the back seat. And I understand how the placement in a car sounds like it means almost nothing, but it's just another sign in my life that you're growing up. I don't admit it often, and it's hard for me to say right now, but there's no doubt in my mind that you'll grow up into a compassionate man and develop the skills you need to fulfill your dreams. Even though most of your dreams are different than the average person's, because you're weird, but that's okay. Lastly, I'm going to leave you with advice that I hope you'll never forget. Always remember to be yourself, and continue to only look for the good in people. And as I know you know, it's better to see the good in people than to seek out their flaws. Understand the things that matter and that don't, and don't stress the small stuff. Cherish the intangible and conceptual things in your life. Try not to be materialistic. Listen to what others tell you, because so many people care for you and want to give you the best advice to succeed. And lastly, never forget how lucky you are. Your family and your friends care so extremely much for you, and it's so important to not take that for granted. Be courageous, yet always stay modest. Be compassionate, sincere, and don't lose track of the kind of person you want to be. Love you. Mazel tov. Right.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Firstly, I want to thank everyone who came from out of town to be with us on this special day. It means a lot to our family, and so thank you. So there's a lot that I'd like to say about my brother. To be honest, it's been pretty hard to find the words to describe such a kid, and I'm certain my other family members would agree with that. So I have to say that my relationship with Ryan didn't exactly start off too well. Basically, the amount of attention I got had just been cut in half when Rachel came along, and so I wasn't the happiest kid when I found out that I was getting yet another sibling. Needless to say, I had a bit of trouble accepting Ryan into the family. Well after Ryan was born, I had a school project where I had to paint a portrait of my family. I intentionally left Ryan out of this masterpiece, painting only the real 4 members of my family. Luckily, my relationship with Ryan has improved over the years. After we'd first moved to Miami, we started playing these football games at Fisher Park every Sunday with some of the boys from Miami Beach. Ryan was almost always the youngest kid on the field, but watching him score touchdowns against my friends were some of the coolest moments for me as an older brother. Not to mention all the time Ryan and I spent playing video games. Let's just say that we've had some epic matchups, whether it be Madden, NHL, FIFA, Call of Duty, Connect Sports. If Ryan and I play it, there will be intense focus, frequent screaming, occasional crying, and sometimes even violence. But you know what? That's what happens when you're fierce competitors like we are. I will say I am impressed with your Fortnite skills. That's a game that I just can't play, but you're pretty good at it, so nice work. It's hard to believe that 4 years have passed since I stood here at my bar mitzvah. 4 years since I became a Jewish man in the eyes of God. Ryan, today we are here to celebrate as you become a man and accept the responsibilities of a full-fledged member of the Jewish community. However, becoming a man does not happen overnight. Ryan, over time, I've seen you grow and become more mature. I see how committed you are to your football team and how passionate you are about it. I also see how hard you work on your schoolwork, most of the time. I see you talking to your friends and family, and I see all the good and kind things that you do for the people around you. Today may be the day that you become a bar mitzvah, but over the past few years, I've watched you become a man. You are no longer the kid who gets lost at Disney World. Today you are a man. Ryan, God only gave me one brother, and I sure am lucky that it got to be you. You're truly one of the coolest kids I know, and I feel so lucky that you're a part of this family. As a wise man once said, I smile because you are my brother, and I laugh because there is nothing you can do about it. Ryan, no matter what life brings you, I'll always be your brother. And yes, you can have my room when I go to college. It's all yours, buddy. I love you, bro. Never stop being you, and Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Wow.
We turn to page 226 and rise for the Amidah.
Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, velohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Hozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atarav Lahoshia, Mashiv HaRuach Umorid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Baal Gevurot, Umidom Melach, Melech Memid, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'nemanat Halachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol.
We remain standing for the Kaddishah on page 232.
Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, keshem shemakdishim oto b'shmei marom, kakatuv al yad neviecha, v'kara ze'el zeh ve'amar, kadosh, 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 Adonai tzevaot, melech kol haaretz, kevodo, adir, adirenu Adonai, Adonenu mahadir, shimcha bechol haaretz, baruch kevod Adonai, mimkomo. Echadu Eloheinu, hu avinu, hu malkeinu, hu moshienu, vehu yashmienu, verachamav le'enei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai yichzion, ledor vador, hallelujah. Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, na'id gon lecha, ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, na'id gon lecha. V'shimcha Eloheinu,
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips.
Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated.
We continue with the Kedushat Hayom on page 234. Ata echad veshimcha echad, umi ka'amcha Israel goy echad ba'aretz. You are one, and your name is one, and there is none like your people Israel, a people unique on earth. A garland of glory have you given us, a crown of salvation, a day of rest and holiness. Abraham and Sarah rejoiced in it. Isaac, Rebekah sang. Jacob and Rachel and Leah and their children were refreshed by its rest. A rest of love freely given, a rest of truth and faithfulness, a rest of peace and serenity, tranquility and security, a perfect rest which you so desire. May your children come to know that this sacred rest links them to you, and through their rest they sanctify your name. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu retzei bimnuchatenu. Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest.
Kadeshenu b'mitzvotecha v'tenchekeinu v'toratecha. Kadeshenu b'mitzvotecha v'tenchekeinu v'toratecha. Sabeinu b'tuvecha v'samechenu b'shuatecha. Sabeinu b'tuvecha v'samechenu b'shuatecha. Yalla la 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 la, yalla la 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 la, yalla 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 la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
We continue with the Retzeh prayer on page 236 and 237. Retzeh Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael, u'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel, u'tehi leratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. On this holy Shabbat, we may draw nearer to life, to peace, and to joy. May we find true rest, holiness in our deeds, worth in our study of Torah. Let us feed on the love of goodness. Let us drink from the love of goodness. Restrain our thirst for excess and cleanse our hearts to serve life well. On this holy Shabbat, may we draw nearer in life, in peace, and in joy. Baruch atah Adonai she'ertecha levarecha be'era na'avod. We continue with the prayer of gratitude, Modim anachnu lach, on the top of page 238. Modim anachnu lach, she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'yunotenu le'olam va'ed. Tzur chayenu magen yishenu, ata hu ledor vador. Nodelecha in saper tehilatecha al chayenu hamesirim beyadecha ve'al nishmotenu hapekidot lach. Ve'al nisecha shebechol yom imanu, ve'al niflotecha ve'tovotecha shebechol et erev avoker ve'tzoharaim, hatov ki lo chalu rachamecha ve'hamrahem, ki lo tamu chasdecha מעולם קיווינו לך, ועל כולם יתברך ויתרומם שמך, מלכנו תמיד לעולם ועד, וכל החיים יודוך סלע, והללו את שמך באמת. האל ישתנו ועזרתנו סלע, ברוך אתה אדוני הטוב שמך, ולך נאה להודות. We sing together a prayer for peace. Sholom Rav, page 240.
Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amlecha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amlecha, Tasim Leolam. Ki ata Melech Adon, lechol hashalom. Ki ata Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amlecha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amlecha, Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'enecha levarech et amecha Yisrael b'chol Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amlecha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amlecha, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim
Ryan, as we rolled back the Torah this week and we began chanting from the book of Genesis, Bereshit this morning, and now Parshat Noach this afternoon. It reminds us of all the new beginnings in our own lives, and today this is a new chapter in yours as you stand here today and receive Torah and teach us words of Torah. So today is the day that you take your place amongst your family and your peers, taking your place. Taking your place in an enduring line. This is the day that you stand up to say, our tradition is mine. You will now read the Torah. It's been passed on to you. It's our law and our story, but each telling is new. It is said we stood at Sinai, and today you know you're there. You're the promise of a people, a blessing and a prayer. Taking your place in a resilient line. This is the day that you stand up to say, our tradition is mine. You will now hold the Torah, forge a link to the past. You're the face of our future and the reason we last. Lahalechet b'bracha v'lishmor mitzvotav kol hayamim. May you walk in God's ways and may all of your days be blessings. It is said we stood at Sinai, and today you know you're there. You're the promise of a people, a blessing and a prayer. You're the promise of a people, a blessing and a prayer.
We turn now to page 244 for Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for the reading of the Torah, the main event here at this service. And I want to just call your attention momentarily to this brochure with Ryan's adorable punim on the front. Love that hair, Ryan. And I do so because inside are listed all of the honors that take place during this section of the service. So if you see your name in this brochure, please pay attention so that you can be honored by the Bienstock family and participate in the service. Page 244. There is none like you among the gods, Adonai, and there are no deeds like yours. You are sovereign over all worlds, and your dominion is in all generations. Adonai reigns, Adonai has reigned. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Adonai will give strength to our people. Adonai will bless our people with peace.
Ein kamocha va'Elohim Adonai, ve'ein kema'asecha, malechutecha malchut ka'olamim, u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'hador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch le'olam avad. Adonai goes le'amo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Av harachamim hetiv avirtzonecha et Zion. Tivnei chamot Yerushalayim, tivnei chamot Yerushalayim. Kivecha levan matachnu, melech el ram v'nisa, Adon olamim. Ki metzion tetzeh Torah, ki metzion tetzeh Torah, u'devar Adonai Merushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'kdushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadol Adonai iti, uneromema Shemo yadav.
Ryan Matthew, Ramon, this is the Torah, Israel's morashah, Israel's sacred heritage and our inheritance. Wherever the Jewish people has been, the Torah has been with us, guiding us, teaching us a kind of moral GPS for the Jewish people. Today you are going to receive many gifts, I hope, but the most precious of all those gifts is this Torah. And your parents have so lovingly provided you with this Jewish education that has been so important to your family. And it's really evident that all those years of Torah study have paid off with your beautiful Hebrew literacy. We're so proud of you. Symbolic of this wonderful chain of tradition, I'm going to invite your grandparents and your parents to pass the Torah to you. And I hope that as you take it into your arms, Ramon, that you will pass it on to the next generation as well.
We are gifts and we are blessings. We are history in song. We are hope and we are healing. We are learning to be strong.
may be seated. As Cantor Siegel already mentioned, we rolled back the Torah Sunday night on Simchat Torah back to the very beginning, to the creation story which was read this morning. And now it is customary that in the afternoon at the Mincha service we jump ahead to next week's Torah portion, which is Noah, the story of Noah. And what's really interesting is before the very first Torah portion in the Torah is even finished, the creation story, we're told that God already regretted creating humanity because of the wickedness of our ways and already had a plan to destroy all of us. And that's at the end of just the first portion. It didn't take long. And this is the story of God's plan and Noah. So in this portion, it tells us that the earth was filled with violence and lawlessness. But the Torah is not specific about what exactly was going on. And so the rabbis create a whole story about the nature of the violence and lawlessness so that we have a better understanding of it. So this is what they said. When a person brought a basket full of peas to the marketplace, he'd be surrounded by a group of people. Each would steal less than a pruta, which is a certain amount, so small that it would be considered unpunishable. But soon the entire basket would be empty. And the victim would not be able to place a case before the law because each person had stolen just a tiny amount. So what makes this kind of crime so insidious? Because everyone was doing just enough wrong that they could get away with it, that they wouldn't be punished, like stiffing a food server, or cheating on a test, or not paying taxes, or saying bad things about somebody behind their back. The notion here is that the ethics were considered to be relative. If no one was watching, you could get away with it. So this is a calculation that we as imperfect human beings often make. We think, oh, no one will know. No one will know. And somehow that seems to make it okay. But what Noah's contemporaries learned is that someone, namely God, is always watching. There's no such thing as getting away with it. Even if there aren't immediate consequences, our souls are actually damaged by the corruption and sense of impunity. Ultimately, God recognizes that we as human beings are works in progress, utterly fallible and vulnerable. So after the flood, God promises to never again destroy humanity. And the sign of that promise is the rainbow we're often lucky enough to see in the sky here in Miami Beach. This promise is meant to reassure us that despite all evidence to the contrary, the rainbow is God's hope in us, that we will improve, that we will learn, that we will grow, that we will become better each and every day. So this portion contains many valuable lessons, and I want to share just 11 of them that I learned on the internet, and here they are. Everything I need to know about life, I learned from Noah's Ark. 1, don't miss the boat. 2, remember that we are all in the same boat. 3, plan ahead. Remember, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. 4, stay fit. When you're 600 years old, someone may ask you to do something really big. 5, don't listen to critics. Just get on with the job that needs to be done. 6, build your future on high ground. Hear that, Miami Beach? 7, for safety's sake, travel in pairs. 8, speed isn't always an advantage. The snails were on board with the cheetahs. 9, when you're stressed, float for a while. 10, remember the Ark was built by amateurs, the Titanic by professionals. And 11, no matter the storm, when you are with God, there's always a rainbow waiting. So that is our Torah portion. I invite you to put away your Siddur momentarily and to take out your big Torah commentary if you'd like to follow along as Ryan chants Torah. We're going to be turning to page 59, and I invite him up to call up his aliyot.
Yamdu ha'olim la'aliyah harishana. For the first honor, I would like to call up my grandparents, Etty and Ralph Bienstock, to the Torah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torto. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ele Toledot Noach, Noach. Ish Tzadik, Tamim Haya, Bedorotav, Et HaElohim, Hitalech Noach. Vayoled Noach, Shlosha Banim, Et Shem, Et Cham, Ve'et Yafet. Vatishachet Ha'aretz, Lifnei HaElohim, Vatimale Ha'aretz, Hamas. Vayar Elohim et haaretz vehine nishchata ki hishchit kol basar et darko al haaretz. Vayomer Elohim lenoach ketz kol basar ba lefanai ki malea haaretz Hamas mipenehem. Vehinei mashchitam et haaretz.
Baruch et Adonai Hambarach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'torto. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Thank you.
Yamdu ha'olim la'aliyah hashniya. For the second honor, I would like to call up my grandparents, Cynthia and Kenny Wolf, to the Torah.
Wait Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. You had me on the wrong one.
I know.
Amen. Aseh lecha tevat atze gofer kinim ta'aseh et ha'teva v'chafarta ota מבית ומחוץ בכופר, וזה תעשה אשר תעשה איתה 300 אמה, אורך התיבה 50 אמה, רוחבה ו30 אמה, קומתה זוהר תעשה לתיבה, ואמה תכלנה מלמעלה, ופתח התיבה בצידה תשים תחתיים שנים ושלישים תעשה.
I got it this time. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayenu lanu matotenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yeshua.
Yamdu ha'olim la'aliyah ha'shlishit. For the third honor, I would like to call on my aunt and uncle, Bridget and Lauren Bienstock, my cousins, Aiden, Russell, and Sabrina Bienstock.
Baruch Hu Adonai HaBarach.
Baruch Adonai
Baruch le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Va'ani hineni mevi et hamabul maim al haaretz l'shachet kol basar asher bo ruach chaim mitachat hashamayim kol asher ba'aretz yigva v'hakimoti et beriti itach uvata el hateva ata uvanecha veishtecha unshevanecha itach umikol achai mikol basar shanayim miktavi el hateva lehachayot itach Zachar unkeva yiyu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Yamdu ha'olim la'aliyah ha'revi'it. For the fourth honor, I would like to call on my aunt and uncle, Janice and Paul Rivette, my cousins, Daniela, Max, and Jake Rivette, my aunt and uncle, Michelle and Brian Wolf, and my cousins, Nathan and Joshua Wolf, to the Torah.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaBarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'chanu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Meha'of למיניהו, ומן הבהמה למינה, מכל רמס האדמה למיניהו, שניים מכל יבואו אליך להחיות, ואתה קח לך מכל מאכל אשר יאכל, ואספת אליך, והיה לך ולהם לאכלה. ויעש נוח ככל אשר ציווה אותו אלוהים כן עשה.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'haolam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Yamdu ha'olim la'aliyah ha'hamishit. Avinatan ben Raphael ve'esi ima Devorah bat Chaim ve'Shoshana ve'achi Simcha ve'achoti Rachel. For the fifth honor, I would like to call up my parents, Deborah and Neil Bienstock, my brother Samson, and my sister Rachel to the Torah.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomer Adonai leNoach bo'ata v'chol beitecha el hateva ki otecha ra'iti tzadik lefanai b'dor hazeh mikol habehema hatehora tikach lecha shiv'a ish ve'ishto ומן הבהמה אשר לא טהורה היא שניים איש ואשתו, גם מעוף השמיים שבעה זכר ונקבה, לחיות זרע על פני כל הארץ.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yesher kochachem. Now, in this case, the family that chants Torah together stays together. We have a sixth aliyah that I believe will be chanted by Deborah and Neil. Is that correct? This aliyah is a community aliyah, so this will be a Misha Berak blessing. Anybody who is in need of a prayer of healing, whether it's physical or spiritual, or you have a loved one who's in need of a prayer of healing, I invite you to come up on the bima for this aliyah. They will be chanting on page 60, chapter 7, verse 4.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher nachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ki leyamim od shiva. Anochi mamtir ala haaretz 40 yom ve'arba'im laila umachiti et kol hakum asher asiti me'al penei ha'adama. Vayas Noach kechol asher tzivahu Adonai. Ve'Noach ben 600 shana ve'hamabul hayamayim al haaretz.
Vayavo Noach uvanav ve'ishto u'shevanav ito el hateva mipenei mehamabul min habehema hatehora umin habehema asher einena tehora umin ha'of becho asher omes al ha'adama shenaim ba'u el Noach el hateva zachar unkeva ka'asher tziva
Elohim et Noah. Mishaberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov ve'imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless and heal all those we are about to name. Anybody else in the congregation? Ve'yishlach lahem refuah shlema, refuat hanefesh, refuat haguf b'tok sha'ar cholei b'Yisrael, hashta bagala uvizman kari v'imru, amen. May God send them all a complete healing, a healing of the body and a healing of the spirit, along with all those who are ill in the house of Israel. And let us all say, amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hei haolam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Yesher koach. We are now at our final aliyah, which is known as the maftir. And this is Ramon's bar mitzvah aliyah when he is officially called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah. Now, many of you are familiar with our custom at Temple Beth Sholom to read from the silver Sephardic scroll, which is in the ark. This afternoon, we're doing something a little bit different because of Ryan's family's intimate history with the Shoah, with the Holocaust, his grandparents being survivors and his great-grandparents and his grandfather being survivors, and because of the intimacy he has with their stories and their escapes, he is going to be chanting from our synagogue's Holocaust scroll. It is a scroll that survived the Jewish community in the former Czechoslovakia, and we have been privileged to house it here at Temple Beth Sholom. Traditionally, we don't read from it except for 2 times a year, on Yom Kippur afternoon, and our confirmands read from it. It is not a kosher scroll because it is imperfect. It came to us with blemishes, and we made the conscious decision to preserve it the way it came to us. So it is very precious to us, and I'm really happy you've chosen to read from it today. So you are going to be called as a bar mitzvah. Are you ready?
Yamod, Yamod, Habachur bar hamitzvah va'aliyat haTorah, Ramon ben Natan v'Devora, Chazak, Chazak.
Page 71.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Vaikach Avraham ben Achor Ohem Nasim Shem Eshet Avram Sarai Veshem Eshet Nachor Milcah Bat Haran Avi Milcah Va'avi Yitzchak Vatehi Sarai Akara Enla Valad Vaikach Terach Et Avram ben Ve'et Lot ben Haran ben Bena Ve'et Sarai Kalato Eshet Avram beno Vayetzeu Itam Me'ur Kasdim Lalechet Arta Kenan Vayavo'u Ad Haran Vayeshevu Sham Vayihu Yemei Terach Chamesh Shanim U'Matayim Shana Vayamo Terach
B'Charan. Yesher Koach.
Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torah Emet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tochenu. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Beautiful. You chanted beautifully. Ya'amod Hagba Ta'amod Glila. Will those who've been asked to lift and dress the Torah please come forward at this time? And I hope you're a lefty.
V'zot HaTorah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai v'yad Moshe ya la 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 la
Please be seated. The Haftarah for Shabbat Noach can be found on page 85. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Binvim Tovim V'Ratzah V'Divrehem HaNe'emarim Be'emet. Baruch Ata Adonai Habocher B'Torah U'Moshe Avdo U'Yisrael Amo U'Vinvieh Ha'emet V'Tzedek. Roni Akara Lo Yalada Pitchi Rina V'Tzahali Lo Chala Ki Rabim B'nei Shomema Mi B'nei Ve'ula Amar Adonai הרחיבי מקום אוהלך, ויריות משכנותייך יטו אל תחסוכי, האריכי מיתרייך ותדותייך חזקי, כי ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, בזרעך גויים יירש, וערים נשמות יושיבו. אל תיראי כי לא תבושי, ואל תקלמי כי לא תחפירי, כי בושת עלומייך תשכחי, וחרפת אלמנותייך לא תזכרי עוד, כי פועלייך עושייך אדוני צבאות שמו, וגואלך קדוש ישראל, אלוהי כל הארץ יקרא. כי כאישה עדובה ועצובת רוח קרח אדוני, ואשת נעורים כי תימאס אמר אלוהיך. ברגע קטון עזבתיך, וברחמים גדולים אקבצך, בשטף קצף הסתרתי פני רגע ממך, ובחסד עולם ריחמתיך, אמר גואלך אדוני. כי מנוח זאת לי אשר נשבעתי, מעבור מנוח עוד על הארץ, כן נשבעתי מקצוף עלייך ומגור בך. כי ההרים ימושו והגבעות תמותנה, וחסדי מאיתך לא ימוש, וברית שלומי לא תמות. אמר מרחמך אדוני, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, צור כל העולמים, צדיק בכל הדורות, האל הנאמן, האומר ועושה, המדבר ומקיים, שכל דבריו אמת וצדק. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו, לקדושה ולמנוחה, לכבוד ותפארת על הכל. אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודיעים לך ומברכים אותך. יתברך שמך בפי כל חי, תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני,
ברוך הוא וברוך שמו,
מקדש השבת.
אמן.
Hello everybody, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'd like to start this speech by telling you all a story. A couple years ago, I heard a story about a group of kids picking on someone else on social media. There are some nasty things that I remember, and they terrified me. I saw later that year, the kid started acting differently, almost like he was scared of everybody. I realized then what the effects of bullying are. I also learned about not only the effect on the kid that got bullied, but also the kids doing the bullying. Everyone stopped being friends with them, and the social environment at the school really changed. My parsha, Noach, is about a massive ark with 2 of every animal, as most of you all know. In Noach's time, he was considered to be the only righteous man on the planet. In the Torah, it says that Noach is righteous, but only in his generation, whereas it says Abraham is righteous in any generation. In my parsha, God tells Noach to build an ark and take on it 2 of every species. God tells Noah to build an ark because God's going to flood the earth. After the flood, Noah sends a raven and then doves to see if the waters were abated from the earth. And when the rain stops, God sends Noah to repopulate the earth. God then promises Noah with a rainbow that he will never again destroy the earth. At the end of the parsha, Noah's descendants build a huge tower to show their strength. God doesn't like their reason for building the tower, which was to glorify their own names instead of God's. So God disperses them throughout the earth and makes them speak all different languages. Rashi asks which generation is worse. Right before the flood, the corrupt society where people are robbers and thieves and don't respect each other, or the generation of the dispersion, where people are actually very good to each other but disrespectfully challenge and blaspheme God. Rashi answers that the generation of the dispersion and the Tower of Babel is much better than that before the flood because they're a generation without strife between people. This demonstrates the power of peace in our tradition. I think that this parsha teaches us that protecting our own social environment is really important. If we ruin relationships between each other, it could quite easily cause a lot of corruption in society. I also think that when God promises us that he will never destroy the earth again after the flood, he says that he won't. But God never says that we wouldn't possibly do it ourselves. I think that it's our responsibility to maintain the earth. But even more so, to remain in God's favor is to treat fellow human beings with dignity and respect. I think that caring for the environment and social environment are connected, just as the story of the flood and the story of the Tower of Babel, both my portion. We need to make long-lasting relationships with very few problems. We can't deteriorate good relationships we already have, and we really shouldn't be mean towards one another. So in conclusion, next time I see someone bullying someone else, I will go stand up for them so our very own social environment can stay positive and healthy for generations to come. A portion of my bar mitzvah gifts will be donated to Project Mori, a year-round program that gives kids, regardless of their economic status, the invaluable gift of summer camp. My experience during my 6 summers at Echo Lake has been incredible, and I want to share it with everyone, even people who can't afford it. Project Mori was inspired by the late Maury Stein, the past director of my camp. There are also a few people in the crowd today that I want to give immense thanks to. Everyone that made it from out of town, from New York and Canada and France. You are all very special to me, and today wouldn't have been the same without you. I'm also very lucky to have all 4 of my grandparents here today. And I only wish that my 97-year-old Zeta, who hopefully is watching on the live stream, and he's in Montreal, he can join us on this day. Rabbi Pomerantz, thank you so much for helping me lead the service today. I had so much fun at lunch with you. Talking about the things you asked was a blast. Cantor Siegel, who's also not here. Oh, you're right here. Thank you so much for helping me in rehearsals this week and keeping me on track. Rabbi Bear, welcome to Beth Sholom. Thank you so much for all of our conversations and lessons. They were really meaningful to me. Thank you for teaching me the deep meaning of my parsha. And Mora Liora, without you, there's no way that I could be standing here today. I'll always remember the Torah talks that we had and how we would get so deep into conversation that we would almost forget to practice. It really means a lot that you can make it here today, so thank you. Mom, you've been here for me through thick and thin. There's no one else in the universe I would rather have as a mother than you. There are countless times I remember where you have made decisions for me when I would have made the wrong ones. And the times where I do make wrong decisions, you're never there. Coincidence? I think not. But Mom, I really do want to thank you for everything you've done for me. Dad, my buddy, from everything to bikes to boats and everything in between, you're my ultimate supervisor, and I have no clue what I would do without you. You have guided me to where I am today, and I couldn't be more thankful to have you as a father. There are so many times where I should really be thanking you for your wisdom instead of complaining about it, like when you tell me to go slower or use my brain. But really, Dad, here's to more good times. Samson, my partner in crime, my Bab, my pointer, my 5 to the facer, and most of all, my best friend. You're my true mentor, and I wouldn't be the kid standing here today without you. You brighten my day in a little way every day, and you really annoy me sometimes. And Rachel, I love you far beyond words can say, even when you're really annoying me. I know you don't like my hair, but I do, so I'm going to keep it. And I know that I'm annoying, but I'm annoying because you're annoying, and you're annoying because I'm annoying. It's a cycle. But I won't annoy you today, because I love you. Thank you all of you for being here tonight, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yasher Koach. So Ryan, you can take a deep breath. That was amazing. Amazing speech and Torah chanting. And I hear the rustling of the candy. You'll have to wait just a few more minutes. So let's minimize the rustling for a few more minutes. Ryan, I have the honor of blessing you today as your bar mitzvah mentor, which is very cool. And it's actually my first time here at Beth Sholom giving this blessing. So your parents and your siblings, they both spoke so eloquently about how you speak easily with people. You're very sociable. And I'm one of those adults, I think, that you had some easy conversations and very meaningful conversations with. Those Rimonim, see at the top of the Torah, that's your name, Ramon, right? They make the Torah beautiful as we carry the Torah around. And every time that you study Torah, I want you to know that you add to the chain of tradition, you add to Torah and to its richness and its beauty, just like your name. You spoke this Shabbat afternoon about our duty never to destroy the world and to maintain the peace and order of our world for future generations. May you, through your life, perpetuate a good name for the Jewish people throughout the world. May you be righteous both in your generation and in general. May you contribute to the mission of our people to be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation by finding the particular way in which you're going to contribute to the healing of our very broken world. Ryan, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and mentor you these past several months in preparation for this day. You have a sharp and inquisitive mind underneath your hair. You are social, and above all, you're a mensch from a family of mensches. May you always be connected to the goodness so central to who you are. Pirkei Avot teaches, and I think your sister quoted this maybe without knowing. Yehoshua ben Parachia says, make a teacher for yourself, acquire a friend for yourself, and give each person the benefit of the doubt. Teachers in life require us to choose them. They rarely are simply assigned to us. And true friends are rare in this world, although you seem to have lots of friends, which is wonderful. Value them, really value them. In this world of social media, face-to-face friendships are more important than ever. And judge each person favorably. This can be a challenge, but you've shown in your speech why this is so important. Everyone we meet has something you can learn from them. Remember that. I bless you on the beginning of your journey to manhood in the Jewish community. I hope to see you and your family at Shabbat morning minyan and services sometimes, and to teach you in confirmation years and beyond. I can't wait to see the fine young man you will continue to become. Mazel tov. So, not candy yet. Okay, yes. We're going to continue with those who have been designated to open the ark and those who've been designated to carry the Torah for a final hakafah. Please join us on the bima. And we'll continue in our prayer books on page 256 for the hakafah blessings.
Please rise when the ark doors are opened.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May you be blessed, and may God's light shine on you. Yisa Adonai, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. May God shine God's light towards you and show you kindness. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God be with you always and establish for you peace. Amen. Yehalelu et Shem Adonai. Yehalelu et Shem Adonai, ki nizkav shemo levado. Hodo al eretz v'shamayim, vayarem kerem le'amo. Tehila lechol chasidav, livnei Israel am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Ki lekach tov natati lachem, torati al tazovu. Etz chaim hi lamachazikim ba, vetomcheha meshushar deracheha darchei noam, v'chonetivoteha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha, v'nashuva. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva, chadesh yameinu ekedem. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
We remain standing and turn to page 282 for the Aleinu.
282. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
We remain standing as we take a few moments now to remember all those who came before us, those who may have died in years past at this season, those who may have died in recent days. As a congregation, we remember the more than 6 million men, women, and children that were murdered in the Shoah and the Holocaust. Remember all those who died making sure our homeland Israel exists for us and for Jews everywhere. Remember all those who perished in the name of liberty, freedom, justice, and righteousness. And we remember all the innocent victims of hatred, ignorance, and terrorism and natural disasters. We take a few quiet moments to remember each in our own way. Zecher Tzadik Livracha, may the memory of all the righteous be a blessing to us as we recite words of Kaddish, page 294. Yikadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen. Ba'ama divrach erutei, v'yamlich malchutei b'chayachon, u'v'yamechon, u'v'chayei, l'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'v'zman kariv, v'emru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah, mevarach le'alam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar v'yit taleh v'yit tadal v'shnei dekudisha b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tishbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'ama v'imru amen. Yehi shlam rabba min shumaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru. Amen. May the source of peace grant peace to all of you mourn, comfort all who are bereaved, and send healing to all who are saddened. As together we say, Amen. Amen.
Please be seated, except for our bar mitzvah. You're about to shower him just a moment. But before that, I'm going to invite up Rabbi Bear to tell us exactly what the rules are around candy throwing.
Is this a test?
This is the test.
This is a test.
Rabbi Bear is new, so we've been quizzing him on the rules.
All right, there's 4 rules. I think you are allowed to designate 3 shomrim, guards, yeah? So you'll do that at the end. You guys are not allowed to move from your seats, so no like coming forward so you can throw, harder and closer. And no throwing until the clergy are off the bima.
Yeah, very important.
And finally, and most importantly, everyone, especially Ryan's age and younger, needs to come up and clean very quickly all of the candy. So you can eat whatever you clean, but we need you to make sure there is 100% no candy on the bima.
Who are your shomrim? Tell us.
Samson Bienstock.
What was that?
Good choice.
Samson Bienstock.
Samson?
Nate Middleman. Harrison Getz.
Okay. So you're going to stand back here. You guys make sure you guard him carefully. And in our strange tradition of joy, shower him with sweetness.
Mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov,
Come clean this up,
Everybody, Simna Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simna Tov, Simna Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simna Tov, Simna Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simna Tov, Yehelanu.
And now I'd like to invite up President of our congregation, Jeff Graff, to share greetings, as well as to present a couple of gifts to this outstanding bar mitzvah.
How do you feel? Good. Great. I figured. So this is really like the best part about being on the board of trustees here is that we get to present a bar mitzvah with gifts on behalf of the board. And I think it was maybe like April or so of last year when they passed out this list at the board of all the bar mitzvahs coming up. So I signed up for Ryan's bar mitzvah, and I go home and I tell my wife, Leslie, I signed up to give Ryan the gifts at his bar mitzvah. And she said, what if we're not invited? I said, I don't care. I'm giving Ryan his gifts. And then she said to me, well, what if it's football season? what if there's a football game? I said, I don't care, I'm giving Ryan his gifts. And then Deb said, it's the Florida State-Miami game. And I said, I'll find someone to give Ryan his gifts. But there was nothing stopping me from being here tonight to give Ryan his gifts. And I think I met Ryan maybe 5 years ago, right? 5, 6 years ago? I think it was your last haircut. We were at the park, and so the Bienstocks lived across the street from Fisher Park, and they would open their door, and Jack, their dog, would come running out, do a lap around the park, and go back to the house. So I didn't know this. So all of a sudden, I'm there with a friend, and we're pushing her 6-month-old baby in a swing, and I see their door open, I see this dog come running out, do a lap around the park, run back in the house. I thought the dog was loose, and then he comes running out, does a lap around the park, and joins us. And Ryan was able to interact with a 6-month-old and me, who kind of was acting like a 6-month-old playing football, seamlessly. And that's really just kind of who Ryan is, as obviously you guys know and have heard. And I think my favorite Ryan Bienstock story is when the kids were at summer camp, my kids would go over and take care of Jack. And part of their responsibility was opening up the camp letters and sending Neil and Deb pictures of the letters. So they'd open up Samson's letter, and it would be like a 4-page, how great camp is and flowing, and I love it. And then Rachel's 4 pages of beautiful poetry, and Ryan's, Dear Mom and Dad, camp is fun, love Ryan. He's a man of few words, and I appreciate that. So, it's funny, when you were talking about your bar mitzvah speech, in your bar mitzvah speech, you said that Noah was righteous, right? And he was righteous, whether he was righteous in his generation or not, I don't know. But to me, Noah was like a superhero because he was the first one chosen to save humankind. And I really think if God chose someone to save humankind, it would be you, because you were that special a kid. Yeah. So it's my pleasure on behalf of the Board of Trustees here at Temple Beth Sholom to present you with a bar mitzvah certificate. It's official, it's on video. You can go back and watch it on YouTube. A kiddush cup for you to drink, obviously mixed drinks in, I guess, on Friday nights. And with your family. I like Jack and Coke, by the way. A little more Jack than Coke, but we'll talk later. And this one's the most important. This one's a traveling Tanakh. So it has your Torah portion. It has all the lessons in the Torah. These are lessons that you obviously live every day. You live them on the inside, and now you can carry them around on the outside. Congratulations.
We have a few more presentations. We have, on behalf of the Jewish Museum of Florida, FIU, and Miami Beach, happy to present this certificate for a 1-year family membership. Now in its 4th year, this B'nai Mitzvah program, sponsored by our member here at the Temple, Jonathan Simons, has donated thousands of family memberships, and hope you'll visit the museum. They have some excellent installations down there. In addition, have 2 certificates for you for the summer after 10th grade, should you decide to go to Israel with NIFTY, with the National Federation of Temple Youth. A gift certificate being presented on this day to help you with that trip, or should you decide to go to the Alexander Muss High School, a certificate as well for helping with the tuition for that program, which is also available to you. And finally, the clergy and the staff of the temple have planted a tree in your honor in the land of Israel, so that the land will not only be beautified through nature, but also to recognize the beauty that you've brought to the entire Jewish people. And so we're about to celebrate, and to celebrate, we're going to do a couple of last blessings. We're going to make Havdalah to formally end Shabbat. So I'm going to ask Ryan's family to come on up here first and join us at the Havdalah for the candles over here. And I'm going to ask everybody to get up out of your seats and make your way up here to the Bima, and we'll make Havdalah together.
All right.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagadol Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei v'samim borei minei v'samim la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei meorei ha'et borei meorei ha'et lai lai la 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 lai 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 la 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 lai lai la la lai 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 la la lai 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 la 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 lai 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 la 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 lai lai la la lai 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 la lai la la lai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamavir ben kodesh lechol hamavir lechol ben Yisrael le'amim ben yom hashvi'i לששת ימי המעשר ברוך אתה אדוני המבדיל בין קודש לחול אליהו הנביא אליהו התשבי everybody אליהו Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimheira B'yameinu, Yavo Eleinu, Im Mashiach ben David, Im Mashiach ben David. And now in preparation for our celebration, we're going to make a motzi, counting our blessing that we can take a seed and turn it into this amazing sustenance, just as Ryan was born and is turned into this amazing human being, motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shavua tov, 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 Shavua tov. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. Shavua Tov, everyone. Shavua Tov. Shavua Tov.
He did great. Yeah. Yeah, he should be. That was beautiful.
Thank you for his blessing.
Well,
for everything.
of course.
You're more than
My
welcome
pleasure.
To join us for
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mazel tov.
All running out.
The whole Jewish thing.